Hello, dear listeners. We are Nelly, Anna, Oyana, and Maya, and we are currently attending the Johann-Gottfried-Herder-Gymnasium located in Berlin, Germany. Our topic for this project will be recycling. Our goal is to recycle more and to work online to reduce paper waste. The main reason we chose this topic is because it seemed like an interesting subject to research and especially talk about. So why is recycling relevant, you ask? It is to reduce waste and save our planet. In this, we will measure how paper is equal to the production and CO2 emissions of one iPad. To be specific, the 10th generation. Now, moving on to Anna, who's going to be addressing the main information about our project.
We will now be addressing the paper waste and comparing it to iPad production waste. Yearly, approximately 942,000 CO2 per metric ton are emitted by paper production and took 2% of all under global industrial emissions up in 2022. Projections indicate paper waste to increase the following years, and because of that, we thought, what if we were to reach for digital alternatives as a solution instead? This is how we came to our idea to compare paper production waste to iPad production waste. Now looking back at the global emissions for both of these factors, we figured out that the iPad 10th generation production per year emits 1.15 million CO2 per metric ton. It may seem like a lot compared to the 942,000 CO2 per metric ton, but since an iPad lasts a lot longer than paper, it might just be justified. After all, an iPad lasts more than 4 to 5 years if treated with proper care. During the years you would or could be using your iPad, paper waste will just keep increasing. Next, what about the emissions per unit? Let's talk about it.
One A4 paper sheet emits about 0.004 to 0.005 kilograms CO2, and one iPad 72 kilograms. Yet again, we must think about the long run. How many papers are daily handed out at school, especially at a school with almost 1,000 students? At our school, students are typically using 10 to 15 sheets of paper per day, meaning all students together accumulate 9,000 to 15,000 sheets per day. That means just one day is about 36 kilogram to 75 kilograms CO2. Comparing an iPad with that means an iPad is worth only one day of paper. This is the current situation at our school. If a school year has around 200 days, 1.8 million to 3 million sheets of paper are needed over this time, which means 9,000 to 15,000 kilograms CO2 emissions are produced. If we assume that 50% of the students already own an iPad, the school needs to buy 500 devices for students who can't afford one. This would sum up to 36,000 kilograms CO2 emissions. So in worst case scenario, it would take 4 years and in best case 2.5 years to hit the point where using iPads would have less CO2 emissions than using paper.
Now to conclude our results. Other environmental benefits of our project are that reducing paper usage means reducing deforestation. If we reduce paper usage and rely more on using iPads at school, it decreases the demand for tree harvesting that plays a crucial role in absorbing carbon dioxide and damages our environment a lot. Another benefit is that it reduces the energy and resource consumption. The whole process of paper production, transportation, and recycling consumes water, energy, and other resources, which can be reduced by using iPads. We were able to observe how paper short-term emits less CO2 than compared to an iPad, but long-term an iPad, if you buy for almost each student out of school, emits less CO2 than handing out and using papers every school day for 5 to 6 school years.
And lastly, we can say our mitigation measures were effective. Based on our studies, we recommend an iPad for future notes and studies since it's more convenient for reducing paper waste. This was our project about recycling. Thanks for your attention. We hope you were able to learn some things about recycling.
And these are the sources we got our information from.
Bye-bye!